Let's talk about something else. Now, Windows 8 is Windows. In fact, one of the things that we like to say is that Windows 8 is an even better Windows than Windows 7. All of the things that you know and love about Windows, things like the hundreds of thousands of desktop apps that are out there, they still run. The desktop is still there. The things that you do every day with Windows, things like copying files around, you do this stuff on the desktop, connecting to devices and all sorts of stuff like that, that's all there. And in fact, in a lot of cases, not only is it still in Windows 8, but we've actually improved on a lot of those basic, everyday, day-to-day things. So let's have a look at that. I'm going to zoom back out here. Let's go over to my work group in the start screen. And you'll notice some apps that probably look familiar here. This is Office. Here's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, apps that a lot of us use every day that we know and love. Let's start Word. Now, here's Word running on the desktop, just as you would expect it to, just as it does in Windows 7. No surprises there. Maybe I can open up a document here. One of the things that the desktop, so this just looks all exactly like you would expect to. One of the things that the desktop's always been great at, actually, is working with multiple apps at the same time. So you can do this too. So let's fire up PowerPoint here, maybe, and I'm going to dock it to the right. I've got Word dock to the, or I've got Word dock. I'm going to dock it to the right. I've got Word dock to the left. Now maybe I can drag and drop between the two documents. Just as I've always been able to, this works all the same. This works just the same, super fast and fluid again, easy to use. I talked a minute ago about some of the basic day-to-day things that you do. Copying files is one, right? We move files around from one computer to another to give them to people and things like that. Let's have a look at that. I'm just going to start the Windows Explorer. So in this computer right now, I have just a USB thumb drive connected into it. So imagine I have these big video files here. Imagine I just want to copy them to my thumb drive and actually give them to one of my friends. So what you're going to see here, actually, is the new copy experience in Windows 8. So this is a really neat view of, this actually gives you all this graphical, visual information about what's going on with your copy, how far along you are, how fast things are going, and things like that. Let's copy another one here for fun. Whoops. Let's select it, and now what you'll see is actually both of them show up all there. So we aggregate these copies at the same time. It's not just prettier and more informative. I could do things, for example, I could pause this one. Like let's say I want the second one to finish first and go faster. I can pause the top one, and now it's got the bottom. It lets the bottom one go first. It's also smarter in other ways. For example, one of the things that happens sometimes, you start copying these large files, and maybe you close the lid on your machine and it goes to sleep, right? One of the things that copy knows how to do now is to actually recover properly from that and resume copying if it needs to. Now, that's the desktop. It's still there. It's great. It's improved in a lot of ways. And it's completely integrated with Windows 8. And it's completely integrated with the rest of the system. In fact, the way I want you to think about the desktop is it's just like another full-screen Metro-style app. So for example, I can go over here. I can grab, for example, one of my, let's grab my messaging app, and I can just go snap it over here in the corner. And now I've got a Metro-style app on the right, snap next to the desktop, right? In fact, right here it says I'm having an exchange with someone, trying to figure out an appointment. Let's go look at my, actually I don't have my calendar running anymore. Let's go look at my calendar right now. I can switch over to it. Now I've got the calendar on the left. I've got I've got Messenger on the right. I can switch back to the desktop. All works together seamlessly as you would expect it to. Julie actually showed you just on the tablet over there, just rearranging these things. This works exactly as you would the same way. I can just grab things and move them around. I can just drag this down and tear it off, and now I'm back at the desktop. Go back down in the bottom left corner, and I'm back at the start screen. So that's the desktop on Windows 8. Again, part of this no-compromise design approach that we have. All of the things that you know and love about Windows and Windows 7, they're all still there, and in a lot of cases, they're even better than they were in Windows 7.